It's almost like a scam. Disney took everybody's money.
Okay, this one wins is my favorite.
I will say the Grand Floridian feels like you're in the middle of a construction site right now.
They do have a sign right here. No trespassing Walt Disney World. Project team only, no photography.
All right guys, we are at the Magic Kingdom parking. Still, Magic Kingdom tram is the only one that is back. I don't get why the other 3 parks do not have trams yet. Like, imagine you go to a store, right? You need to go to the 2nd story, and for your entire life, there's always been an escalator to take you up there. Tell people with mobility to kind of make your experience a little easier, right? But then you come back, and it's stairs. You're just like, what happened to the escalator? I don't know. It's right there, it can work perfectly fine. We have a lot to cover. It's been a rough week for Disney. We're gonna have a lot of hot takes. We're gonna explore all the resorts and we're gonna see the new Easter eggs. So I'm gonna show you guys a little easier way to get to the Polynesian. First stop of the day, we're going to the Poly. Oh, it's a little loud. Again, resort hopping isn't what it used to be. You just can't show up and go park. You literally have to like take the monorail in. There's a little secret. If you're over here in the Heroes lot, just walk where the tram is, right? And then over here, there's a crosswalk to get over to the Poly. This is like the cast member parking, so you can't park here, but you can walk through it, and then you can just walk right across the street, and you're at the Poly. So you don't have to waste your time with the monorail and all the security and everything. You save like a half an hour just by taking this little shortcut. All right, so again, I parked over there in Heroes lot, just walk right along the tram area. This is the cast member parking. And then here's the crosswalk that goes right over to the Poly. It's one of those like little hidden secrets that only like cast members really know about, this little shortcut.
Look at this retro like fence. This is straight out of the 90s right there. So you just follow this little sidewalk and it'll take you right to the Poly. One of the things we're doing today, right, we're gonna be looking for the Easter eggs. If you didn't know, Disney does for the Easter like week, the culinary team and the bakery team create these elaborate chocolate eggs that are like Disney, and they're so beautiful and they like change them out every single year. So I love like resort hopping and spotting them all. I don't remember if the Poly has any though. I do love their trash cans here. Little Maui right there. Trash please, mahalo. Now one of the first little things I want to talk about is the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind previews. It has gone horrendously for me. That has not gone very well. So first off, they did a D23 like preview that you could get. Now as a D23 member, I pay like $120 a year. They send you like 4 magazines and you're supposed to get these offerings for these different private events at Disney. They're kind of like special and unique to D23 members. Now D23 is like the official Disney fan club. I've gone to the events years in the past with Chris and they're pretty easy to get into. Now I'm sure you see like these advertisements for the D23 club all over Disney property now. Is Lilo's Playhouse even open right now? And the answer is no. Lilo's Playhouse is currently closed. Now, so they were having a special preview just for D23 members. It's gonna be like kind of my first opportunity to see if I could get a preview, right? I get online like 45 minutes before the time is supposed to drop. I then wait there for an hour. I then wait, I get in and they're sold out within seconds. And it's just like, you gotta be kidding me. So every single D23 thing I've tried to get, all these events, they have sold out in seconds. I've not gotten any of them. I almost feel like, it's almost like a scam. It's like Disney took everybody's money and there's only probably what? There's probably like 1,000 spots for this Guardians preview, right? There's millions of D23 members. The ratio just doesn't make sense because they're not capping how many members there are. Your chances of getting the preview are very, very slim. So then today is the annual pass holder previews, right? Log on, wait in line for an hour, right? And they're sold out. It's so frustrating because when Universal had their Velocicoaster annual pass holder previews and previews for everyone, I literally rode the Velocicoaster like a half dozen times before it even like opened because there's so many annual pass holder previews. I just feel like Disney dropped the ball with like this whole preview event for Cosmic Rewind. I know very few people that actually got it. Now they redid the monorail loading platform, but the beams just look a little too industrial. They just look like these giant steel beams painted brown. I do like the new entrance though. It feels a little more wide open and peaceful. Yeah, you gotta come visit Maui. Now they did bring back the lays, so if you do come stay at the Polynesian, you can get laid. I got some new arrivals here. This is actually pretty cool. These are like coasters? And it has the retro tickets from how Disney used to operate. $25 for those coasters. That's honestly like a bargain. I'm really surprised. I thought they would be like 40 bucks and it comes with all the tickets. And you got this simple ceramic plate. The green design is interesting, but 30 bucks for that. Well, they did get some new stuff over here. 7-piece hospitality set, $100. I think it comes with like a chip tray. Put your dips and little hors d'oeuvres. Pineapple, I guess you can drink out of. Now they have these like coconut mugs. Disney's Polynesian Resort. Looking at $20 for that. Now Disney's made this whole collection of all the resorts as ornaments. This is gonna be $30. So there's the Polynesian. And then in the back, they have the lobby. A little Maui, Minnie and Mickey. Now they still have all the Olu merch that they brought over from Milani. They have Luggage, Aloha, Sunny Days, all the characters hanging out. You're looking at $225 for this luggage. And on the back it has this design. Little Olu shell right there. $15. They have this little adorable keychain with Olu on a little wrap. $40 you can get your standard little Olu plush. Now everything does say Alani on it. I think it's really cool that they did bring some of the Alani merch over here to the Poly. Boutique is the only bit of Easter that I can find. This one's gonna be $75. This Easter basket is $105. This one is $160. This comes with what, some coffee, some chocolates, and a mug. Not too much Easterness going on in the Polynesian. Now we're gonna go to the site of where the new DVC hotel is gonna be. Big news. I find it interesting, right? Because Reflections was supposed to open. Now that's been kind of wiped from Disney search history. So I don't know when that's coming out. Let's go take a look at where this new hotel is gonna be. A lot of people are upset about it. They used to have a thing called the Spirit of Aloha over here. The Spirit of Aloha is going away. I'm okay with that. I did the thing once. It was just kind of like the quick service food from Captain Cook's, and the show was fine. There were all these pillars in the way and you couldn't see anything unless you paid a crap ton of money to get a good seat. So I'm okay with Spirit of Aloha going away. It was one of the shows that you like do once and you never do again. Unlike Hoop-Dee-Doo, where you could do that every couple years because it's such a fun experience. Now, so this is where the hotel's gonna be. I think this is where the pool is supposed to be. Then there's the main tower. Now the main tower looks interesting. Again, all we have is one piece of concept art. We'll see when they start building it. They did recently refurb all of these rooms. They kind of made them like Moana themed. So right here is where the pool is going to be. Again, it's not blocked off. Literally just walk to the sidewalk. This is where the sign used to be. The check-in, little water fountain over there. Now you can only walk up to this area. It's fenced off, but so there's a Spirit of Aloha back there. This is kind of like the little waiting room you'd wait in. So yeah, this is probably all going to be torn down, this water fountain. I'm going to document it before it all goes away. It's probably just like an ice chest, and you can see some of the trays for that the food would go on right there. I just find this strange that you can literally walk like all the way up to the entrance and it's not blocked off yet. They just ripped off the sign right there. You can see the pipes all rusting. It's kind of sad that this kind of like unique foliage area is going to be going away. There's another little pathway over here. Again, if you walk over, it's all roped off. It's gonna be an interesting transition, right? You have the Polynesian, one of Disney's original resorts, stayed the exact same. Then you're gonna kind of have a modern Polynesian hotel. And then you're gonna have the Grand Floridian. We'll see how it looks. Disney needs more resorts because literally every single room is like booked up. And it's crazy because they're charging $500 to $600 a night for just basic standard rooms and they're all booked up. They do have a sign right here. No trespassing Walt Disney World. Project team only. No photography or video recording unless authorized. Just let this place sit. You got like grass growing out of the gutters here. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think about the new DVC resort? Are you excited for it? What do you think of the design? I wonder what's gonna happen to this walkway when they're building the hotel. It is a great waterfront view. Now we're going into the DVC Villa right now. I don't know why they put these banners up all over every single resort. The world's most magical celebration. Like, so everywhere, just have these posters kind of plastered everywhere. And they just look kind of like cheap. They don't really fit the theming in any of the resorts. Here we go. Now they always have this bald eagle egg that's chocolate, but they've added these little bunnies. Are these chocolate? And I think these are ceramic. Now these bunnies fit the theming, right? Kind of the Victorian era. And they have this chocolate sculpture. This is of the fountain in the lobby here. This one is year round. A little shot of the fountain. This is one of my favorite fountains here at Disney. It's got Mary Poppins penguins. That's kind of the new theme that they're going for at the Grand Floridian. Is like Mary Poppins. Here's a little sign, SU. What does this stand for? For the penguin. Then you have some of Bert's chalk art. His little street art. I do always love that lobby, but they just kind of put out a couple ceramic bunnies, and that was it. Kind of wanted a special egg or something in the lobby. Now the Grand Floridian, they have refurbed some of the rooms recently. There's a new initiative to like refurb the entire thing. The Four Seasons, Chapek went and was like, our flagship resort isn't our flagship resort. The Four Seasons is the best hotel on property. We have to re-theme the Grand. They've been working on it the past couple of years. My problem is the Grand is supposed to feel like luxury, and it feels almost like imitation luxury. It's like on the surface it looks luxury, but then when you kind of dive deeper it seems kind of like cheap. Disney's Grand Floridian. What's your favorite thing at the Grand Floridian, Terry?
My favorite thing at the Grand Floridian?
Yeah.
The guests.
The guests? Aw, thank you.
All my nice guests, that's my favorite thing at the resort.
And now the Grand is where they could just go balls to the wall with all the eggs here. I'm so excited to see these.
So here's the first one. It's a gator looking after its egg. I think it's a gator on a nest. Interesting that they have a gator chocolate sculpture at the Grand. Oh, this one is great. Oh my gosh. Now, so you have Snow White with her little cottage. Then you have the 7 dwarves down there and their mine carts, and you can see the mine all lit up. It looks just like 7 Dwarfs Mine Train. That's great. I love this sculpture. I didn't even recognize little Dopey over there. All right, so I think that's baby Pegasus right there. We're trying to figure out this egg. And now we can't figure out this egg. It's got little ponies over it. I think it's Fantasia, but I also think whoever made it was definitely like a brony. We have one here with Chip and Dale fighting over a little egg. You look down here, they have some little Easter eggs. They have a little Mickey egg right there. I can't even imagine how many man hours it to make these eggs. This is new. Grand Cottage Estate 2022. For Christmas, they have a gingerbread house here. Now they have a little cottage. Doesn't look like a cottage. They have a little bunny over here on the side of the cottage. And they have a thing called a hot cross bun. I thought it was a pretzel at first. Look at this giant Cinderella carriage. It's got jewels on it. This thing is massive. They got the 50th anniversary license plate. It says Cindy 50. Love that little detail. You have Canine Crunchies right here. This is the commercial that all the Dalmatians watched during 101 Dalmatians. You can see it on the TV in the back. I love the amount of detail they have on this. Okay, this one wins is my favorite. It's Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head taking pictures with little aliens. It says photo spot on a piece of paper. Mrs. Potato Head. But then in the back, you got an alien that's like drunk and hungover eating in the back. I feel like that's the college program's spirit animal in the back.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Here you just have a basket of bunny bread and eggs. Now this is the Up House. Again, all those wonderful balloons right there. Then the detail in here is great. You have Carl and Ellie's mailbox. You have Carl in the window sitting in his chair. Just look how much detail, right? Just the amount of care. Oh, and they even have little Doug back there. They have Doug in the back window. They have Grogu right here. Then they have the Navarro Nummies down there. The little macaroons. They make a little hit of Mickey. Alright, so we'll move on from Mando to the honey pot. And over here we just have horses. And they have an Encanto egg. Butterflies surrounding it. And you can see the house right there. Is Bruno hiding in there though? I don't see him. And then down here they have the candle. And over here they have Spaceship Earth that's all lit up, right? With the new lights. And then the king on top, Figment. Just so impressive. All these sculptures. And over here we have Walt Disney right here. This is really cool because it's like him like showing like the blueprint, right, for the castle. And then a little bit of Tinkerbell magic pixie dust turns it into the current castle. And then Walt's name tag. And you have the little bird from the Pixar short with the little crustacean next to him. A Lilo surfboard with Stitch right there. Now I love this. A113. This is the Easter egg that they put in all Pixar movies. Never thought in a million years I'd be saying this, but here's an egg of Treasure Planet. That is crazy. The map right there. I would say they're going for the Princess and the Frog, but it's the Rainforest Cafe frog that they have. Interesting choice. And they have Civil War, Black Widow, Cap, Hawkeye, Avengers Tower, Iron Man on the side. Now these are all hand painted. And then here they have the Avengers logo. Now this one is here year-round. It's Cinderella's castle. Now I personally really enjoyed Luca. They have a Luca egg right here. And if you look closely, the little fish that Luca farms is down here, but down below. This is just amazing. I think they have outdone themselves this year. Here's Raya. Looks like Remy was painting eggs of all of his favorite people. And then they have Gusteau's cookbook right here. And then you even have Ratatouille right there. I can't get over how impressive these all are. And then over here, they have a giant Elsa egg. All the eggs are double-sided. So on the back side of the one with Walt, they have the door for the casting agency. And then they have Mickey down there. And now on the back right here of this egg, you have Thor, Captain Marvel. There's a little shot of the back of the Encanto one. The whole familia right there.
I'm speechless. They outdid themselves this year. The culinary team and the bakery team. Wow. Those eggs are, there's so much detail, so many Easter eggs. I love it. It is worth a trip out to Disney from like Tampa or something to come see those Easter eggs. So good. I really thought they were gonna like budget cut this year, because right, that's what we've kind of seen everywhere, but I feel like they went so hard with those Easter eggs. Now, one of the things I want to talk about is there's a rumor that they're gonna refurb the lobby here at the Grand.
As we know, everyone loves this lobby. I know they have live music of the piano every now and then. I haven't seen it in a while.
But so the rumor is modern. You know, they've kind of updated the rooms. They redid Citrico's and they have the Enchanted Rose here. It kind of looks luxury, but it's like they shoehorn in the IP. I'm okay with them kind of like refurbing it, right? Hear me out, right? I know you're upset. The Grand Floridian died for me when they took away the band here. There's no turning back. I think by them taking away the band, that was kind of like the final straw for me, where the Grand no longer was one of my favorites, because that's what really made this resort different. You come in, you hear the live band playing Disney music. There was so much synergy going on, and they removed it, and I feel like its soul was taken away by removing that band. Now we're kind of left with this kind of like lifeless shell of the Victorian era. They got to do something. I don't know how modern it's going to be. I'm okay with the change, but it's got to be done right, and that's what kind of worries me, because I think with the current state of how the Grand Floridian is, it will never be what it used to be.
1900 Park Fair is still not back yet. As you can see, all the construction crews are going in. Yeah, they are really tearing that building apart. I've added up these walls. The villas at Disney's Grand Floridian Spa and Resort, a grand new way to stay magical. Huh, here's a little better shot of the construction. Disney's filming some sort of commercial over there.
I will say the Grand Floridian feels like you're in the middle of a construction site right now. It's not as peaceful and elegant as it used to be. Makes sense, they gotta refurb and build stuff, but if you're thinking about staying at the Grand, think of maybe someplace else if you want some peace and quiet. It's just a giant construction site. A bunch of you guys were asking about the boat rentals because we just went on that fishing excursion. So
pontoon boats, right, you still can come out and rent them.
the little Sea-Doos, the little like boats, I believe they took them away. I don't think they're coming back. I think there was like, they're leaking oil and stuff and it wasn't good for the environment, which makes sense. So they've taken those away. So I think the only thing you'll be able to do is the pontoon boats. We're gonna head over to Magic Kingdom real quick. I do want to say the service here has been grand service and I haven't experienced that in a long time here. Every single cast member you walk by, they greeted you and hello and are smiling and happy. And it was kind of nice and refreshing because I haven't experienced that in years now at a Disney resort, where almost every single cast member you interacted with was engaged in the conversation and interesting and happy. We still have to review that weird thing that I got.
Now Narcoossee's right here is gonna be going under refurb.
I have no idea what this thing is. There's like butter on top that's stuck to it. Looks like a little top hat. It feels like a loaf of bread. I think there's raisins in it. I thought there's like chocolate chips, but to my disappointment, I think they're raisins. Yeah, this is utterly disappointing. Okay, imagine like a wheat dinner roll with raisins in it with like a honey glaze on top. A little bit of cinnamon on the back end of the taste, but I just feel like I'm eating a weird dinner roll. It doesn't feel like a dessert or a pastry. A 6.5. I think if you like raisins and dinner rolls, you like this, but I would not be going out of my way to eat this thing. We're waiting for the boat right now to take us to Magic Kingdom. So far, I've had a pretty good day, right? I feel like visiting the Disney resort, it's kind of hard to get to them, right? I feel like it's still a Disney experience. Now we're gonna be going into the parks, and we'll see how this experience is. I feel like the parks aren't as fun as they used to be. Well, we're gonna talk about the reservation system once we get in there. So far, I'm really enjoying my little trip to Grand Floridian.
And our chariot awaits.
Okay, so guys, we're back at home right now. You're gonna have to wait for part 2 of our little journey from that day that'll be dropping later this week. Interesting time exploring the Disney monorail loop. Love those Easter eggs. The cast members work so hard creating those masterpieces, and they're more breathtaking in person because you can just kind of like stare at them because they're like a work of art and you see all the detail. Okay, so let's take a second to talk about the DVC resort that's coming. I think the concept art says 2024. I don't know how they're gonna pull that off. That's 2 years away. We're still working on that. So I don't see it coming out in 2024. They gotta be real quick with that. I don't think everybody should judge it by the concept art. I think we'll have to wait and see for when more concept art is released to us. Hopefully at like D23 or something. Guys, let me know down in the comments your thoughts about the new DVC resort. Do you like the look of it? Are you excited for a new resort? And then we got the Grand. The Grand is under construction. I feel like it can't figure out its identity. It's like it's kind of living in the past, kind of being more modern, but I don't feel like it's the standard of what Bob Chapek wanted it to be, superior and better than the Four Seasons here. I don't see the Grand coming anywhere close to where the Four Seasons is with the current changes. When you like really look down at the nitty-gritty details, it's missing luxury. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed our little journey. I'm sorry it's kind of like delayed. I filmed it back a couple weeks ago. I've just been so backed up with everything. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps out when you guys do that. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Join the family, because I will keep you up to date on all things Disney and theme park. I love you all. Please stay safe, and I'll see y'all very soon.
Do you find it interesting that it's just zip tied clothes?